Navigating the world of digital assets often brings up questions regarding the infrastructure required to manage tokens, particularly when moving away from centralized exchanges and into Web3 applications. Understanding how self-custodial software interacts with traditional financial services clarifies whether an intermediary is necessary for daily operations. Phantom functions primarily as a non-custodial cryptocurrency wallet. This classification means the software acts as an interface allowing individuals to interact directly with decentralized blockchains like Solana, Ethereum, and Polygon. Because the architecture is decentralized, users retain absolute ownership over their private keys and digital assets. No traditional financial intermediary, dealer, or middleman sits between the user and the blockchain. Consequently, operating the application requires no traditional financial broker account or institutional authorization. The core mechanics of self-custody eliminate the need for a broker by design. When an individual creates a wallet, the system generates a unique cryptographic pair consisting of a public address and a private key, usually backed by a 12-word secret recovery phrase. These elements ensure that transactions occur peer-to-peer across the underlying network. Sending tokens, receiving funds, or interacting with decentralized finance protocols happens directly on-chain. The software reads and writes transactions to the blockchain without routing them through an order matching engine managed by a brokerage firm. While a traditional broker is unnecessary for holding or transferring tokens, obtaining initial digital assets often involves a centralized platform. Acquiring native tokens like Solana to fund transaction fees generally requires purchasing them on a centralized exchange or utilizing built-in fiat-to-crypto ramp providers integrated within the application interface. These payment gateways and ramps function as service providers rather than ongoing brokers. They facilitate the initial purchase of crypto using a debit card, credit card, or bank transfer, after which the user transfers the balance directly into their self-custodial address. Once the funds reside inside the application, no external custodian manages or oversees the capital. Decentralized trading features built directly into the interface further minimize reliance on external intermediaries. The built-in swap functionality aggregates liquidity from various decentralized exchange protocols, allowing users to exchange one digital asset for another directly within the wallet interface. This process executes through smart contracts rather than a broker-dealer network. Automated market makers and liquidity pools handle the execution of trades autonomously on the blockchain, ensuring that users retain control of their assets throughout the entire swap lifecycle without needing an account manager or brokerage approval. Security responsibilities shift entirely to the individual when operating without a broker. Traditional financial institutions offer password resets, account recoveries, and customer service departments capable of reversing unauthorized actions or recovering lost credentials. In a self-custodial environment, the absence of a broker means the absence of a safety net managed by a third party. If a recovery phrase is misplaced, no central authority can reset it, and compromised private keys can result in permanent asset loss. Protecting the wallet depends strictly on offline backups, secure storage of seed phrases, and vigilance against malicious applications or phishing attempts. Interacting with decentralized applications, non-fungible token marketplaces, and staking protocols similarly occurs without institutional oversight. Connecting the software to an external platform grants permission to execute smart contract functions, but the wallet remains under independent command at all times. Users choose which protocols to trust, which validators to delegate staked assets to, and which transactions to sign. This total autonomy is the defining characteristic that separates a Web3 application interface from a brokerage account. The regulatory status of self-custodial software reinforces this independence. Regulatory bodies across various jurisdictions consistently recognize that software developers providing non-custodial interfaces do not act as brokers, dealers, or money transmitters because they never take possession of or control user funds. The software is merely a tool, comparable to a web browser or a digital keychain, enabling direct peer-to-peer communication with public blockchain ledgers. Executing advanced strategies like participating in liquidity pools, yielding returns through staking, or collecting digital artifacts requires no special clearance or broker accreditation. Anyone with internet access can download the software, initialize an address, and begin interacting with global decentralized networks immediately. The removal of intermediaries reduces counterparty risk, giving individuals direct sovereignty over their digital wealth, provided they maintain disciplined security habits to protect their private credentials.